It was a normal Thursday morning when everything got strange. I was walking to class with my friends, laughing about something dumb, when the principal's voice suddenly came over the intercom. "All students and staff, report to the auditorium immediately. Do not stop for your lockers. Go now." That kind of announcement was unusual, but we didn't think much of it at first, maybe a surprise assembly. But when we got to the auditorium, things felt off. Teachers were standing stiff by the doors, talking in hushed voices. Security guards were rushing to cover the windows with black curtains. That's when we all got quiet. The room was packed. Hundreds of students crammed together, murmuring and trying to piece things together. My friend Mason whispered that he'd seen police cars parked outside the school entrance. A few minutes later, a teacher near the stage told everyone to stay calm and sit down. No other explanation. That's when I got a text from my cousin who lives in the neighborhood. It said, "Hey, is your school okay? There's like 10 cops outside and a guy on the roof across from the school yelling at them." My stomach dropped. Another student nearby said they heard a man in a nearby house had threatened to shoot anyone who came near him. Supposedly, he'd already fired a gun once. Then Mason said something that made it worse. He lived right across from the school and recognized the guy. "That's the same man who used to sit on his porch watching the buses go by every morning. I always thought he was weird, but now, man." Another student said the guy had once gotten arrested years ago for harassing kids at the park. Everyone started getting scared. Teachers stood in front of every exit, trying to keep the room calm, but even they looked shaken. One teacher paced back and forth with a walkie-talkie repeating, "Copy, copy," like she was in a war zone. After about 45 minutes, a police officer came in and spoke quietly to the principal. Then students were called out by classroom groups. When it was finally our turn to leave, the hallway was completely empty and eerily quiet. As we passed the glass windows near the front entrance, we could see the house across the street. It was surrounded by SWAT officers. Later that night, the news said the man had been taken into custody. He had a history of mental illness and had rigged his house with tripwires and homemade explosives. No one was hurt, thank God. But the thing that sticks with me the most wasn't the police or the lockdown. It was the quiet fear in that auditorium. The way everyone knew something was wrong, but no one could say it out loud. And ever since that day, walking into school never felt quite the same again.